I don't know if I should make an intro. Like, I do have an intro because I always say that I'm Salman and stuff, but should I make an intro? Hello girls, guys and non-binary paths, I'm Salman and this is my channel, Jolly Salman. I'm a cosplayer from Poland and I make videos about cosplay and sustainable living. Today I'm here to talk about my favorite wig styling tools. Wig styling is actually quite simple if you know what you're doing. I will probably record a whole series about wig styling because I really like wigs. It's one of the first things that I got into when I started cosplaying, and some people have complimented my wigs, so here I am. But first, let's talk a little bit about what you need to style your wigs. I mean, you don't need all of this stuff, but it's quite useful. Let's start with the one essential that is actually the easiest to get, and I think everyone needs one, and it's a comb. It's that simple. You need a comb. Yeah, it's a comb. This one has those wide teeth and a little bit narrower teeth, and it's great for combing through your wigs. I also have a teasing comb here and this silver comb that is actually almost the same as this one, and I think I broke a comb last week or something. So have yourself a nice comb and you're ready to go brushing through your wigs. I especially like this one because it's for teasing, and teasing is one of the techniques that I will go through when I record something more about wig styling. But regardless of the function of this tool, it's great because it has this pin here. This pin is great because it's supposed to help you when going and sectioning your hair or your wig. It helps me smoothen out my wigs. I just love it. So a comb is what you need. Another must-have for cosplayers is of course some hairspray. This is one of the strongest hairsprays I have encountered, and everyone says the same. It's got to be glued. The yellow got to be. When it's heated up, it's almost stone-like. It's an extremely strong hairspray. If you want to use any other stronghold hairspray, you can do it, but this one, it's basically a better version of them. And why do you actually need hairspray? In order to achieve big spikes like on my Jonathan wig or on my Star Guardian Misfortune wig, you need a strong holding hairspray or even diluted wood glue, because you just want them to stay spiky forever. Also, hairspray helps your hair not tangle on a photoshoot day. If you hairspray your wig enough on a photoshoot, even on a windy day, it won't get messed up. So hairspray is what I recommend as a second must-have. If you want to style your wigs into waves or curls, and many characters actually sport this hairstyle, then you need some curlers, baby. Or a curling iron, or even braids. But I use those metal hair curlers because they can be submerged in boiling water. Previously I used some plastic ones, but they weren't safe for high temperatures, so I got these wire ones. They are very cheap and I recommend them to anyone wanting to curl their wigs without a curling iron. There are many ways to do this, and I will show them in some of my tutorials regarding wigs. To hold the curlers down, you will need some iteration of the following: pins or those little clips. This is a pin that I bought. It's long, and it's also useful for making elaborate hairstyles without touching the wig, because sometimes when your hands are covered in hairspray and you need to smoothen something up and your comb is not useful for that and you want to hold something in place, you pin it right into your head. You pin it right into your wig head or wig stand, and push it back, and it helps the wig take its shape when it's hairsprayed. The clips are great for holding anything you need on your wig. For example, curlers, but also hair to hair. Another useful tool for anyone wanting to cut their wigs in a safer manner without being very handy with their scissors is the Chinese knife. It has a little blade, I think it's covered in hair. It has a little blade inside of the comb, and the Chinese comb or Chinese knife is very easy to use because you just brush through the hair and it cuts it. It's great for fringes or bangs. Fringes, bangs. It's great for the ends. It's great for spikes. It's great for layering. I love this tool, although it gets quite dull after some time, but I think you can have another blade in here. I will have to check it or buy another one because they're crazy cheap. Another tool that I use is of course some scissors. These scissors are like regular shearing scissors. They're used for thinning and making irregular lines. They're great for the same purposes that the Chinese knife, just for cutting and not making those choppy lines that some beginners make. Oh my god, my battery. I also use some regular scissors because sometimes you need a perfect snip.
Many hours later.
My battery died, so I'm back a couple of hours later. Okay, next product I use is my detangling spray. This is just some mane silicone, you know, for horse people. Like, they spray it on their horses' manes and tails and it becomes brushable. And it also works for wigs. You'll use it the same way and it's smooth. That's why I use it. I mentioned my teasing comb, but there is also a teasing brush that I have been using before it broke. So I recommend everyone getting a small brush like this, of course with a handle, but it broke. And it's great for teasing hair on your wigs. I loved it until it broke. RIP brush. Anyway, you can get any brush that has like boar bristle, and even I teased one wig for my friend here for midnight. I teased this wig without this brush and she only had a tangle teaser, and I managed to tease the whole wig with a tangle teaser. So anything is possible, but this brush I recommend it for teasing if you don't have a teasing comb. And one last thing that I use, but I don't think it's an essential, but it's very essential for me because I like being able to make lace fronts, is this small guy, a hook. I'll show you how it looks like. This small guy, it's a hook that is primarily used for making socks, like those very elaborate lace socks, or at least that's how my grandma explained this hook to me. It's not for wigs, but I use it to make lace front hairlines. It's pretty easy and I have a tutorial up on my TikTok. I used it for my eyebrow beard and it's amazing. I recommend everyone wanting to make their own hairlines and not pay so much for lace fronts to get one and just start ventilating. So we have around 10 things that I recommend for everyone working with wigs. Those are my favorite wig tools. Of course, I also use a generic flat iron and a generic hair blower, because they're just very, very useful for wig styling, and I think a flat iron is quite essential, but you probably have it for your own hair, or your mom has it, or your grandma has it, so I figured you might have this and you might not be in possession of the other stuff. So if you have any additions to this list, be sure to leave them in the comments. Also, if you have any suggestions or advice for beginner YouTubers, write me a comment. I'll read through all of them and hopefully I'll also reply to all of them. And if you have any suggestions, questions or topics for new videos, also leave them down below in the comments. If you want to support my channel and my costumes, visit my Patreon or my Ko-fi for early access to these videos, photoshoot material and behind the scenes material, and also other rewards. I hope you liked this video. Be sure to click some buttons like the subscribe button or the like button if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye! Can I do it? Some ASMR.